Hi everyone, how's everyone doing here today? Just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and also an up-and-coming Happy New Year. Quite a lot has happened since then. And the one thing I wanted to focus on, which we've been hearing about lately is George Santos, quite an amazing character, who recently won his election within the Republican Congress, and quite frankly, it turns out that, well, pretty much he's been caught in a whole bunch of numerous lies, from his work experience to certain personal things that happened to him, to his finances, as well as his orientation. He ran on the platform of being a gay politician. Not that I think orientation is a qualifying factor, but to me it doesn't matter whether you're gay or straight, it's just whether you're honest about it. And he really hasn't been very up and coming forward, and quite frankly doesn't really seem to have much regrets and is going around trying to make excuses for it. This pretty much falls back to what I was talking about a while ago as far as qualifications go, and make sure we've got the right people for the job when they're running, whether it is a Democrat or a Republican. And, some of this I blame on the Democrats, too, under Zimmerman's campaign. You're trying to tell me nobody on his team, nobody running his campaign at one point thought to do a little research on it? Not looking for, necessarily dirt or mudslinging, but as far as competition goes, you want to know who you're running up against. You want to know as much information on the person as possible. Look at Herschel Walker. That guy got caught in a whole slew of lies about, which I'm not going to get into all over again. He lost, but the fact that he was allowed to run anyway just goes to show about the whole qualification thing. And I'll bet you if we knew a lot of this information well in advance, before the election, chances are Santos would have lost or would have been disqualified somehow. And quite frankly, what is it about a person that he has to invent himself? There is literally little or no truth to what he says, and he's to the point now on interviews. He was recently on Fox where Tulsi Gabbard, grilled him a little bit. Not as much as she could have, but a lot more than I would have expected. And I'm certainly no fan of hers, so I say kudos to Tulsi for doing that. And it also begs the question, what happens moving forward? He is under investigation because there's some things questionable, no big surprise, in his finances about his campaign, because at one point supposedly he was wealthy and now he's not, and living with his sister, and he had a lot of money of his campaign with not sure what the origins are of that. So will he eventually be removed from office? I'm hoping so, not because he's a Republican, but because he's a pathological liar. I don't know what a better way to say that. If you got somebody who constantly lies, which we've had before, you usually don't get good things from them because they're not capable of telling the truth. And during the interview with Gabbard, he went off on these trying to make excuses or split hairs and stuff like that. Even goes so far to say the people wouldn't understand. Well, it doesn't matter whether the truth is complicated or not. You tell the truth. And when all else fails, hey, go for the usual whataboutism. Joe Biden lied, and the Democrats, and this and that, and, all these people lie. I get that it's in the nature of some politicians, most if not all of them, to not always tell the truth or withhold certain information or maybe just embellish a little bit. I get it to a point. That doesn't make it right. But when you got to totally, invent yourself from scratch and just something that is completely just not true, it says a lot to your character and a lot to whether your trustworthiness. Look at it in terms of dating. If I met a girl in a bar and I was single and I started telling all these different lies about this, that, and the other thing in the military or in this career, and I'm really this rich person, when she finds out it's a total 180, I can just imagine what she's going to tell me, what I can go do with myself, and to never call her again. Or in any other job where you apply and you totally lie about everything on your resume, from soup to nuts, from your work experience, from what schools you went to, and they find out after hiring you that it's all a big lie, that you're not qualified at all. They would tell me, pack your stuff and get the hell out of here. Now, I don't see George Santos resigning, anytime soon, if ever. And the other thing that's shocking, unless something recently has surfaced, not that I've heard of, but I don't see too many people on the right or the GOP talking much about it. Some have frowned on it, but some of the key players, like Kevin McCarthy, I don't see them coming forward. Because guess what? This is like par for the course for them. This pretty much fits right in. I mean, look at some of the other characters they have, from Jim Jordan to Matt Gaetz to Marjorie Taylor Greene to Lowbird, ranging from people with criminal activity to doing questionable things to QAnon believers to racist and flat-out liars and people that just believe in conspiracy theories. Well, George Santos, you fit right in. You're welcome into the party. Lie all you want. We don't care. I honestly don't know how we've gotten to this point, where something like this can even happen. I would have thought, if they brought it all out in the open that he was lying and he got elected anyhow, I wouldn't be too surprised. But for something like this to go under the radar, it just goes back to my original discussion. Why don't we have some type of pre-qualifications going on? Why do we make sure that the people that are running for whatever the position is, senator or congressman or even president, is being straight about their background, about their identity and everything and stuff like that, and just putting all their cards on the table. If you got nothing to hide, if you have a pretty good resume, if you have a good reputation, and you're pretty knowledgeable, and you're trustworthy, then telling the truth shouldn't be a problem, Well, we're just going to have to see what happens in the meantime. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really hope you understand.